won't you please welcome to the stage that spicy redhead, the saucy sophisticate of song, the queen of the party record herself, Ruth Wallis!
You gotta have boobs. B-O-O-B-S. Do you think it's easy to write songs like this? Lots of research. So I did. And at the age of 16, I was singing on the Face the Music show on WGN Radio. Well, that led to a brief engagement with the Benny Goodman Orchestra. And Benny had told me that I was not a vocalist. I was a soloist. Well, every now and again, I'd try to sneak in a saucy little song. You know, something like that one, "She has freckles on her butt, she is nice." Well, every time I did, the crowd went crazy. So I thought, why not try writing some of those songs myself? He's got the biggest rig in Texas, and the girlies think he's swell. They all want him to show them the way he sings so well. And he's got himself a motto. Every night you'll hear him yell, "Drill 'em all, big and small, drill 'em all." He got his very first lay in Hawaii. They made him feel right at home at Waikiki. He got his very first lay in Hawaii, and he was so surprised to find it was for free. So, recording those kinds of songs was a real problem back then. You see, none of the big record labels would touch my stuff. They said it was just too risque. Well, and I always said to that, there is nothing dirty about my songs. If you hear them that way, well, that's your fault, not mine. Freddie the fisherman's son, he's got all the girls on the run. With his pole in his hand, he goes fishing on land. That way, he says, is more fun. Now, Freddie knows how the girls feel. When they see his rod, they all reel. And his fabulous rod measures over a yard. And a thing like that you can't conceal. It isn't very narrow and it isn't very wide, but you should see that thing go in and out with the tide. The cutest little dinghy in the Navy. Heave-ho, heave-ho. But eventually, a little record label out of New Jersey called Deluxe signed me to record for them. And my first record with them, that last song, the Dinghy Song, sold over 250,000 copies. Not too bad for music that's not even on the radio. Aha, that was the other problem. So none of the radio stations in the USA would play my music for fear of losing their FCC license. After a while, as my popularity grew, though, another record label in California signed me to record for them, and they made a mint off of my records. But when it came time to pay me my fair share, they refused. Between that and having to fight other nightclub singers like Belle Barth and Rusty Warren, who were singing my material without my permission, I'd had enough. I decided it was finally time to start my own record label, and I did. Wallis Original Records. At the Folie Bergère, you wear nothing here, and you wear nothing there. You just wear a hat, a beautiful hat, and you give them this, and you give them that. No, not this. That. Voila. I marry a nice young handsome fella. He don't care much for mozzarella. He like a little pizza every night. He says, as long as you got your youth, a hair on your head and your mouth a tooth, you got to give me pizza every night. And that banker fellow offered me his love in large amounts, but he wanted to make deposits where I didn't have accounts. If I had said yes to all the guys I said no to, I'd be in clover, but I'd also be a wreck. I'd be bending over from the sacroiliac. So till the day I'm wed and start to share my bread, I take a call